All right, good morning, people. Today we're looking at FRZA Forza. Looking pretty good. We had a big run up going from about $6.50 to a high here of just about $10, or yeah, exactly $10 actually. It's come back down to that 200 EMA, so we're looking to see if it'll hold here. If it does, great. If it falls through, we probably won't play it. AMTD, same story. We had a good run up here going from 233 all the way to a high there, 330. So we've got a pretty good range here. Again, on that 200 EMA now. We've got G-Box here. It had an okay run up here going from $1.28 to a high of $1.88. So we've got a decent range there. However, it looks like it's broken into some range trading for most of the pre-market here and started to drop. So I don't know if this one's going to be playable, but we'll see. We've got CEMI here, also with a decent run up from 85 cents all the way to a high there of $1.18. So decent range on that. Again, looks like it's consolidated pretty heavily, dropped down to that 200 EMA. Maybe we have an opportunity to play this if it looks like it's going to go back up, but we will have to see. TJL looks like it didn't do anything for the first half of pre-market here, and then we had a good run up from 8.20 to about $10. The range is okay on this. Again, it looks like we're heading down to that 200 EMA on this one as well. So we're looking to see some of these recover off the 200 EMA when they open up. And we have ARTL here with a good run up from $4.75 to a high of about $6.70. Currently sitting on VWAP, not nowhere even close to that 200 EMA. I'm a little worried about this one. If it turns bearish, it's got a long way down before we could even think about playing it. But we'll have to see what the open looks like and see if it's something that might be worth taking a chance on. We've got a couple other tickers I haven't looked at yet. We've got GNPX. It's looking okay. We'll keep this one open for now, and then maybe let's try MYNZ. Nope, nothing there. ESOA. Nope, nothing there either. RKDA. Uh, maybe something there. All right, so market's about to open here. Force is heading down. We've got AMTD looking like it might hold here and head up, so I kind of want to try a play quickly on AMTD. We're going to be looking to get in around 280. We're going to go for a $3 PT and then just a 275 stop. So we're not going to give it a lot of room. We're going to give it 5 cents. So 275 brings it to right here. And we'll see if that can hold. So far, not looking good. We are falling through that final support area. It might recover from here, though, so we'll come back to this in a second and see what happened there. FRZA, nasty drop. G-Box, nasty drop. CEMI is holding so far. TGL, not looking good. ARTL, nice volatility. I'm liking the way that this one's looking, so I want to jump in. ARTL, trying to predict the bottom here. We're going to be looking probably about 560. 560. We're going to go for 620 and then a 545 stop. So if we fall down further, we do not want to be in this. So 545, pretty tight stop. That's about where I want it to be. We'll see. I'm going to jump in here. That's ARTL. All right, so we're actually buying it a lot lower than I thought we were going to be by the time everything's loaded up, but it is what it is. 539, so at 539, we'll just give it a 525 stop. That makes sense. We'll see if we can get a decent recovery off this. Looks like that little leg there ended up saving me a little bit. And then we're going back to AMTD. We did hit stop, unfortunately, and then it took off right back up, which is kind of a pain. But you know what? It is what it is. We got in at around 280. And then we hit our stop there at 275. Looks like we should have maybe given it a little bit more room, but we didn't. ARTL currently sitting around that 560. We could probably take some profits around there. Taking some profits on ARTL around 570-ish. Got an entry at about 5. What did I get at? 540? 539. 539, yeah, 540-ish. Should probably also specify that our stop loss is 5.25 for ARTL. All right. GNPX going straight up all the way here. Opened up 240, looks like it hit 260. It's probably going to come back down here shortly, so we're just going to leave that be for a second, but that's definitely something we want to keep an eye on. AMTD running up nicely here. I guess we try again with AMTD. I'm really upset we missed that. 280, we're going to go for 310 here, and then a 270 stop again. We'll go for 270. Looks like we're just we're running real hard here. So hopefully you just jumped in. If you didn't just jump in, I would suggest waiting at this point. It looks like it's heading up pretty high here. GNPX, nice drop all the way down to that VWAP line. This is where I want to take a risky entry on GNPX. So 240, maybe 246. We're going to aim for 270 and then maybe just a 240 stop. We're going to give it 6 cents here. 240 is a stop. If we drop lower, we definitely would want to reconsider holding this anyway. GNPX. All right, so we're stopping out. We definitely don't want to be holding that. Looks like giving it even more would have been a bad idea anyway, so I'm kind of happy about that. Again, bought it on the way down, so got a little bit better of an entry, but it didn't matter. Stopped out just the same. AMTD hits a high there, 315. We could probably consider taking profits on AMTD. Take profits on AMTD. We were aiming for 310, got a little bit high on that AMTD entry, 292-ish, so, or 295-ish, sorry. So it wasn't really something that we were looking to take profits on right away, but you know what, at around 315, that's looking pretty good. GNPX might turn around here. That might be something we want to try again at. GBox heading down, ARTL heading down as well into that stop. So we got a 539 entry. We worked our way back up to about 560. There was some profits to be taken around that 570 mark. Besides that, we're stopping out on the runner. Okay, and we're going to let this go for a little while here. This might come down to that 200 EMA, and then maybe we'll think about taking another play on that. TGL looks like it could be coming back here. CEMI is dropping, GBox is dropping, AMTD still staying around 305. GNPX looks like it is coming back. I kind of want to try GNPX again. I think this could be a good win. So again, we're going to try for 240 as an entry. We're going to go for 260 as a PT, and then we're just going to go for 235 stop. So we're going to give it even a little bit less of a stop this time, maybe 5 cents. If you end up a little bit higher on it, I would maybe suggest giving it 6, maybe 7 cents tops. I wouldn't go higher than 7 cents for sure. So let's see here. $2.49, kind of getting close to a point where I think the entry would be a tangible thing. Forza went? Did it actually? It went a little bit, yeah. AMTD bounced, yeah. GNPX hit 247 there. I think that that's about as good as we're going to get on it. At 247, we could probably give it about a 242 stop. You might even be able to get a 240 stop if you really wanted to. Hopefully we see at least 260 out of it. We shall see. BBBY is going again. Let's take a look. Yeah, definitely had a good open here from $15.19 to $17. Looking decent. ARTL looks like it might turn around here. We're going to give it a minute, though. We want to make sure on that. TGL looks like it made a nice move here, going from $8.18 to almost $9. CEMI might also curl up here. AMTD still staying up too high for a re-entry. GNPX still staying around entry as well. FRZA, FRZA, not FR, is looking like it's dropped a little bit back down to about 830. GNPX still struggling here. Not necessarily what we want to see out of that. ARTL definitely looking like a curl up, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get another ARTL play here. maybe 520. We're going to go for about 560 and then a 510 stop. 510? 510 should be fine. You could give it a little bit extra room if you want to, but yeah, I don't think it's really necessary. With a $5 stock, you could probably manage about a 15, 16-cent stop loss pretty easily. Again, up to you. My risk management's a little bit tighter today, so guess I'm having PTSD from yesterday. Yesterday was kind of brutal for that, so I'd rather take the tighter stops than risk going down hard. GNPX looks like it hit a high there of 256. Came back down to 245. Hit 240 at the low. So hopefully you took a little bit of profit on there, seeing as how we were really close to that. We hit 255, not 256, sorry. Pretty close to that PT. Maybe you took some profits before you hit the stop. In any case, it does look like it's still going to go up. We do need to pick a careful entry here. Maybe 235 would be best, or somewhere where you could put your stop just below 235. So we could go GNPX again, and maybe look for a 235 entry, and then we'll go for a 260 PT, and then we'll go for a maybe just give it a 230 stop. That gives us 5 cents room, like a whole nother bar there. That should be fine. If you have to get a little higher, again, you make sure that it's not more than 7 cents. ARTL and then GNPX. Yeah, so you can give it about a 7-cent stop max, I would say. I wouldn't go higher than that. AMTD looking pretty good here. Our runner's looking real good anyway. 340. What was our last scale out position at? 315. Got it. So at 340, that's looking pretty good. Scaling out some, oops, misspelled that. Some more AMTD, 340-ish. Misspelled it anyway. Okay, so we have a little bit left in AMTD. I do think it could potentially go higher here, but we'll have to see. We're getting that entry one on GNPX here, hitting 235. It did break into a new low, which is definitely not good. You might be wanting to squeak out with a couple cents. We did just break negative on that MACD. Definitely not a good sign. We could hit a retracement. It could go back up, but that's a lot of coulds. So if you think that you're going to be red for the day or you don't want to risk it, it would be a good time to exit with a small amount of profits here. Otherwise, this MACD could really push us down into a new low and hit our stop again. However, that MACD does look like it wants to curl up, so you never really know. ARTL looking decent here. We got down a little bit, and then it ended up moving back up, so we're up at 540 right now currently. We're aiming for 560. I'm going to take some money, taking some profits on ARTL at 45, because we're up about 25 cents currently on ARTL. Definitely not bad. GNPX, I think I might cut my position size around 245. Cutting some GNPX around 245. Just because I don't want to risk too much here. We saw 243, 244 there quite a few times. We look like we're kind of hitting a wall. We are negative on that MACD. There's a lot of things pointed down on this, so I'll take some small profits on this. We'll see. G-Box here looks like it ran pretty hard, going from $1.40 all the way to $1.53. AMTD still looking pretty high right there. Forza sitting down pretty low. We've got CEMI not doing anything at all. ARTL hits our PT at 560, hits 570. So we can call PT on ARTL. And taking some more profits, 570, we're leaving a runner. So we got a little bit left in ARTL here. I don't think we're going to need much more. We're probably not going to get much more out of this. We are hitting VWAP, which is going to be a strong resistance here. If we break through that, we have another couple of resistances we could possibly break through, but it's going to be a little tough. GMPX still sitting around that 240 level. Forza looks like it's going for another dead cat bounce to probably reach up to 830. G-Box really going for it here as it hits $1.62. Top resistance line currently. Waiting to see what happens here. ARTL hits that high again of 574. Looking to break through it. Let's see if it can. Did I take entry on GMPX? Yes. I think we figured that one out though. ARTL PT, that's correct. Yep. Missed our ARTL. That's okay. There'll be more opportunities. We had a nice opportunity on a lot of stocks to see it. We saw good curl ups happening. We got in on some of them. We missed some other ones. BBBY took a nasty dip back down to 560 here. Looks like it's back up to 1630 already. RKDA is not doing anything, so we're going to close that one down. ARTL, if it can break through this maybe 580 level, I think it could probably run up to $6 pretty easily here. G-Box coming down a little bit to VWAP. I do think this one's going to come lower. That MACD is huge right now, so that's got to come back down. AMTD making a little bit of a drop down to a support line. Probably going to wait for it to see if it can hit VWAP line and see if it holds there. GMPX still holding that 240 level. This is actually a good thing, not a bad thing. If it's still holding here, this is just a consolidation. It might take off again. FRZA still dead cat bouncing. Didn't even get up nearly as high as I thought it was going to with that dead cat bounce. ARTL looking like it's going to make another attempt here at getting somewhere higher. If it breaks down and we see it back at that 525 level, we might reconsider taking another full entry. WETG, let's take a look at WETG. Looks like it's halted up currently, going from $10 all the way up to $13.39. So quite a big range right there. About 30%. I would say we're gonna wait for the unhalt and see what happens. It did have a decent amount of volume prior to the halt. The pre-market didn't look very good, but you never really know. G-Box back to 160, did bounce off VWAP. I was hoping it was going to come down at least to 200 EMA before it ran again. It still might. There's always that opportunity that it does drop a little bit more. ARTL looks like it will be coming back down, but it is showing some fight in it, so it's hard to say for sure. BBBY looks like it's back up. CEMI, going to give it a couple more minutes. If it doesn't actually pick up in volume or price action, I'll probably close it out. AMTD looks like it might be bouncing off of close to that VWAP line, so maybe we could take an AMTD trade here. We'd be looking to get in. I would like to get in closer to that VWAP, but 310 would probably work. Let's go with 310. We're going to go for at least 330 on it, and then we're going to go for a $3 stop. So that $3 stop will bring us to right there. We can get rid of this stop. There's only a small runner left on that. So where this line is, you don't necessarily need 310 to get in. You could get in 312 or 311, something like that will be just fine anyway. I don't think it's a huge deal. But there's 310 anyway. Oh, 303. Taking that opportunity right there. At 303. I'm not going to move that stop down. I'll take a quick stop if it happens. I don't want to see this break down any further, though. So even though it's a 3-cent stop on a $3 stock, so literally like nothing, I don't want to move that stop. G-Box went for a new high here, going to 171. Might have to just jump in on that. GMPX still consolidating here. That MACD is really struggling to pick back up, but I think it might. We're up to 308 on AMTD, not looking too bad here. G-Box 170, hit 174. I mean, we could just try jumping in on that. ARTL looking pretty good here at 580. Ooh, I really messed that up on the tracker there. That was AMTD we were looking at, not ARTL. This one's ARTL. ARTL breaks that 580 level. We might see $6 here pretty quickly. G-Box, yeah, we might just have to jump in on G-Box if we want to make money. 313, not bad. All right, let's jump in on G-Box before it halts. It's hard to say $1.75 entry. We're gonna go for that. Gonna go for $1.90 PT with $1.70 stop, $1.71 stop, something like that. And that's a risky trade. Definitely risky, but you kind of have to take that risk sometimes to see if there's an opportunity. Like we could run into a halt here, and that would be fantastic for us. Or I mean, it should be fantastic for us. AMTD makes it all the way back up to 317. Good place to take some profits. Take some profits. AMTD 317-ish. Especially if you got an AMTD really low like I did. 317 is a pretty good number right now. ARTL. Sitting around that 580 level, we did see up to, I think we just hit that $6 level actually on ARTL. That was pretty fantastic if you ask me. We just took a trade on that basically from, hang on, I don't know what I did there. Okay, it looks like it worked out just fine, so. We just took a trade on it from 520 to $6, so not bad. GNPX, currently back up a little bit here, 241. AMTD back down to $3, touching our stop, so we are going to get stopped out on the runner there. So it's definitely a good thing we secured some profit. G-Box down quite a bit here. If we were looking for an entry, 175 was where we were aiming to get in on G-Box. With a 170 stop, so I gotta make sure I put that stop there. We'll see if we get stopped out here or if we turn around. We don't really have a support line for quite a ways down, so we're kind of hoping that we see this just curl up right away and take off. 180, I'll consider taking a little bit of profit. Do I have any videos for setting up charts on TradingView? I don't, but do I? I don't think I do. I could probably make one though with the current indicators that I'm using and stuff. AMTD does look like it's going to bounce off this level. We are negative on that MACD, but I do think I want to jump back in on AMTD here. AMTD, about $3 entry. We're going to aim for that 320, and then just a 290, maybe just a 292 stop. So we're going to give it like slightly less than 10 cents this time. And that's AMTD. That's $3. Okay. So we're currently doing really well on AMTD. We saw quite the move back up to about 314. I kind of want to secure some profits while we're here. Well, that is definitely caps locked. Secure some profits on AMTD 315-ish. Just like last time. And we'll go GNPX, still looking good. We did break up to a new high of 245, looking good there. G-Box, we just touched the stop, and then it took all the way back off to 186. How sad is that? Did anyone get, oh, you'd have to have a 2-cent stop loss lower than mine to stay in that one. What, you said 168? No way. You lucky bugger. Oh, man. You and your stop losses, Jackal. You figured it out. You beat the system. AMTD back down a little bit here. GNPX still looking like it's going to go up. Forza all the way to $9. TGL with just a massive candle there out of nowhere. I think we buy in on that. TGL, we're going to get in at about 845 if we can. We're going to go for a 910 PT and then a 830 stop loss. We could definitely hit 830. There's a lot of volatility here. Hang on, we're gonna wait to buy in here for a second, I think. It's really hard. Whoa, what did I press there? That was not what I wanted to do. 830 is gonna be right there. But you never know. You could get in lower on this. The disparity on the prices here is pretty dramatic, so and watch that spread because it's got a 10-cent spread right now. So make sure that you're either being very careful and watching that for when it lowers, or you're getting in with a limit buy. But hopefully we see another spike up to close to $9 there because that was pretty crazy. G-Box is still sitting up really high. We have to try and take another opportunity on G-Box. G-Box. Again, trying, I don't know, $1.80. We're gonna go for a dollar. We'll go for $2 on it, and then $1.74. I don't know, something like that. Give it 6 cents. TGL looking okay so far. ARTL, we hit a high of 624. I didn't actually get that high though. I sold most of it at $6 there. I think I have a couple shares left. Nothing really fantastic. So what G did on halt after hitting $13, it did halt up again to 14.88. Looks like it came back down pretty dramatically down to 12.50. Maybe it didn't halt back up at 14.80, but to me it looks kind of like it did, and then it just dropped. So G-Box looks like it's coming down a little bit. AMTD struggling at that $3 mark. We did see a dip down to that 295. Looks like it's on its way back up. That is AMTD. So we're hoping to see AMTD start to move back up. GNPX all the way up to 254. So that one actually ended up being a good trade. So what was our GMPX was 260 we were aiming for. We hit 254. That's honestly not bad. Make sure you secure some profits higher than 250 on GMPX. We still have some left in there. We took some out to reduce the risk early on. But we did see that massive spike up to 254 there. So hopefully it did secure a little bit. AMTD down to that 295 area. Forza up at 930 currently. And we have G-Box here bouncing right off that 180 level nicely. It is heading back up. Kind of struggling to keep up with my own tracker today. We hit there, what did we hit, 188? We can take some profits there at 188. Taking some small profits on G-Box, 188. I think it's definitely a good idea on this one to secure some early profits just because so much volatility. Like we could fall through and hit that stop in literally no time. AMTD bounces back up a little bit. GNPX down, back down to 242. TGL still working its way up. We saw up to 860 from our entry around 840. ARTL still kind of struggling here. I do think that this could be a half decent trade opportunity on VWAP. We might see this bounce off that zero line. It is coming in nice and soft here. We can risk it. I think it's a healthy risk. ARTL, maybe 560. We're gonna go for 590. Yeah, we'll go for $6. Why not? And then we'll give it a 5, maybe just a 550 stop loss. I think that's probably pretty reasonable. 10-cent stop loss. Where's that gonna bring us? 550. Yeah, that probably brings us. See, we could probably go down to as low as 545, but 545 doesn't seem to make much of a difference. So I think 550 is probably reasonable. Plus, this kind of gives you room if you do happen to jump in a little bit higher. You can still have that 550 as long as it's within about 15 or 16 cents. G-Box down a little bit, maybe just touching the stop. I don't think it stopped me out, but it looks like it touched. AMTD looks like it is curling up, so we did come very close to that stop out a little while ago, but it does look half decent. This is looking like a nice curl up so far. MACD would say otherwise, but I have some faith. TGL down to the stop, so maybe you took some profits around that 5 or 860 area. If you did not, you're going to be hitting that stop at 830. I did not secure any profits. I probably should have. I even looked at it earlier and was like, yeah, maybe, but did not. We hit 560 on ARTL. Starting to feel a little bit more like a bull market with the amount of things running. G-Box looking okay here. I wouldn't say it looks fantastic, but it's okay. I mean, MACD is coming down. That's pretty normal. AMTD is still at $3 there. We saw it hit 304. So we're still around entry. GNPX looks like it's still aiming to go up. We still have a little bit left. I think we might actually hit that 260 mark eventually here. CEMI, we're just going to close down. TGL, I think this one's going to go, and I think it's going to go pretty hard. I'm having a hard time deciding when. So maybe if we get a re-entry around where our stop was at 830, this could be something that pays off. ARTL with a complete breakdown there, so we're just going to exit position. That's why we had a tight stop. Like I said, 545 probably wouldn't have even mattered, and it would not have. We would have had to have gone all the way down to 540 so far. But we could always look for a re-entry. This is looking pretty good with that bottom band kind of tightening up. This is looking like we're getting close to the bottom here. So we're going to go stop on ARTL. And then we might just try another ARTL trade pretty much right away here. 545. We're going to go for a 5. We'll go for a 580 PP on that. And then a 555 stop. So we're going to give it 10 cents. Trying this again. ARTL. AMTD still struggling. We haven't secured any profits on it. We're still bouncing around that entry point. Stop loss is fairly close at 293 there. It's supposed to be 292, but yeah, right. Yeah, 292 there. ARTL, what is ARTL doing? Currently up a little bit higher now. We're hoping to see this recovery. It just touched that bottom band. Looks like it is curling up a little bit now, so a little bit safer of a spot. Do you use multiple monitors to watch all of these stocks? I do not, actually. I use, well, I mean, technically speaking, yes. I've got one monitor with my ledger and my scanner on it. I've got the monitor that you can see has all of the charts on it, and then I have one for the Discord and one for the brokerage. So, not really. I guess I really monitor all of the stocks on one. BBBY is all the way up at $18, by the way. TGL, not really doing a whole lot yet. G-Box at 180 still. AMTD at $3. GNPX back to 250, so keep an eye on that. We might hit 260 off that. ARTL 555, so we're currently up a little bit on it. Nothing major. Oh yeah, stop loss at 168. You little bugger. Never have a round number stop. Yeah. True. Very true. Psychology right there. Right off the 9 EMA, yeah. Just trying to catch up on the chats. Okay, so ARTL seeing that 545 entry we were hoping for. If you didn't get it before, you could get it now. Realistically, it's more feasible for people to trade with multiple monitors with charts on each one. That's probably the best way to do it, but because I'm streaming and ledgering and scanning and, you know, writing out alerts and all of this stuff, I would actually need like closer to 8 or 10 screens to be able to do all that with it a little more spread out. So to condense it, I just do it all with all my charts on one screen. And I could, technically speaking, just cut the screen into 4 and have little charts, but I like the big charts. So AMTD did actually see a spike up to 307. I'm going to take a little bit of profit here because I got in 298 on it. So taking some profit on AMTD 307. Whoops. G-Box still sitting around that 180. It looks at that time it definitely stopped us out on the runner. GNPX still sitting at that 250. We saw 253, so we are heading up more. AMTD hits that 313 level. We are looking for 330 or 320 on it, sorry. TGL not really giving me anything I want to buy back in on quite yet. And ARTL looking half decent at this point. Not a lot of conviction in the price action, so that's a little worrisome, and volume is a little lower than normal, but we could pick up and run, so that's what we're kind of hoping for here. What was I looking at? Oh, AMTD. I'm so confused. What did I do here? Did I open up 2 positions on ARTL? Oh, I don't know how I managed that, but I did. Okay. I'm gonna close out one of these positions because we're slightly in profit on it, I guess. I actually didn't even realize I opened up double the position, so I'm gonna close half of that down with some small profits. That was weird. I must have hit the button twice or something. Okay, cool. Fix that problem. Glad I caught that. That would have been nasty to get stopped out twice on something. Yeah, it could have been a whoops. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes, it doesn't matter how good you get at trading stocks. Sometimes you just make mistakes like that. AMTD, I mean, that's kind of why it's good to have the voices on and stuff, because like if you hear something twice, generally that kind of prompts you to look, but I just wasn't really listening. It's just a bot. It's just a bot that's copying them, I think. From Trade Hub. It won't happen forever, but yeah. I haven't really had the energy to go through because I'm on so many servers. I'm in like 43 servers or something, I think, on last count. I would have to manually go into each server and like, move over to each one and manually post a message to see which one gets copied and then delete my bot out of that server so that they can't copy it anymore. But realistically, they have a small following on StockTwits and Twitter and stuff, but it does get posted everywhere. But when I do, I'm going to screw with them. I'm going to take some, I'm going to call it some really bad trades on it, ruin their reputation. Uh, yeah, no worries. Yeah, it is. It is a juggling game when it comes to looking at the charts and stuff. I do try to keep it between, maybe 10 charts. I don't really like going over that. In a bull market, you really have to be selective because you could have like 25 things that look good. So you have to be really selective on what's looking good and where you're focusing your attention and stuff. But in a bear market, it's a little bit easier because you don't have like a ton of things that are running. You have just a few. We do have a couple other things popping up though. We've got Sky T popping up, so we could take a look at that. This isn't looking good, so we replace that. Sky T, not really the price range I like. Volatility range, not so great. You should have the bad trade ticker spell out. I should. That would be really funny. That would be really funny. ESOA. No, not like good there either. GIGM. GIGM's looking pretty good. I was staying below that 200 EMA for quite some time here, 245, and we just watched it go up to $3. So it's got a decent range to it. We'll have to see a little bit longer here how that's looking. AMTD hit a high there of 314, almost 315. So hopefully at some point you secured at least a little bit of that profit. Maybe it was 310, maybe it was higher. Maybe it was lower. Hopefully it wasn't too much lower than 310. G-Box still struggling to go anywhere, so we're just going to hold on to that. And not hold on to the stock, but like hold on taking a trade on it. ARTL hitting 580 here, which is pretty much what we were hoping to get as a PT, if I remember correctly. Yep, 580. So we did hit PT on that. Damn, I should have taken, should have kept both those trades open then, eh? I'm gonna secure some profits here. Securing some profits on ARTL. kicking myself for closing the first one early, but I gotta say we made money on that on the whoopsie trade too, and from 545 to 564, so that's not bad. Could have held it to 580 though, and that would have been pretty great. But you know, definitely don't want to risk too much. That's just added risk for no reason. Are we still holding GNPX? I still have a little bit, yeah. I still think this is going to hit 260. I don't think it's going to happen very soon. I think it might be near the end of the morning where we hit it, but we'll see. Forza is at $10. Yeah, it hit as high as 1060 actually. I think Forza is going to be a good all-day runner. I think this one might hit pretty high, especially because Forza is such a big name. GNPXing pretty low. AMTD looks like it is turning around this $3 mark for a new high here. It hit 297. Could have been a decent entry again at 297. Although it's just dipping down a little bit on that MACD again, so we're going to go ahead and wait a minute, see ARTL with a nice spike up to 585. If you were looking for an opportunity to take some PT or profits past PT here, 585 is looking pretty good. You do have a resistance right above it at 588, so I don't see us getting past $6 right away. So at $6, if we hit that, I'll probably take some more profits and leave a really small runner. Or getting close to $6. Look at these random spikes. Someone's loading up on shares. Because there's no like huge increase in volume on these candles, right? So I think this is just one person loading up on shares. I would agree, though, we've definitely hit a bottom here at 820, and I think that I want to buy in at 820 because unless we break down from there, I think that this could be a really good trade. TGL 820, $9, and maybe just an $8 stop, 20 cents. I don't even know if I'd hold the $8, but it's worth a shot. Obviously, someone thinks this is going to go up. Sometimes you want to take the advice of somebody else. Someone's definitely loading up on shares here, so might be a good idea for us to start doing the same too. G-Box here looks like it is starting to break out a little bit. We did see that MACD bounce off that zero line, so we want to open up another G-Box trade here. 180, we're going to go for 190 with a 175 stop loss. We do have that stop loss, don't place 175. G-Box. Okay, let's see what happens there. ARTL 590, we're getting very close to that $6 mark, $6 mark, 594 there. Make sure you're securing some profits since we are so high up right now. Okay, so I've secured some. I'm just have a tiny bit left to see if we can break past the $6 mark and maybe hit a new high past 620. If we do that, that'd be fantastic. If not, hopefully we come back down and we get another full entry. G-Box looking okay. AMTD looking like it did break negative. Not very much though. It does look like it's coming back. Volume is still tapering off slowly, so that's something we want to keep in mind. We are on a timer here. You're still in the OG trade of G-Box? You're nuts, man. You're nuts. That's why you're sort of sane, Jackal. Let's see just how sane you are. 185. Saw high there, 186. It's true, we are all mad here. TGL looking good. We did hit that 825 area on TGL a couple times. I wouldn't be too picky about the entry as long as it's not like a crazy high number above 820. AMTD still 303. GNPX not anywhere close to our stop anymore, which is definitely good to see, but we're struggling to make a new high here, which is kind of sucks. You could set a limit sell for somewhere around 890 if you want on TGL. You might get lucky if this guy loads up on more shares. You might be able to sell some up there. You're happy. I guess that means you're green. TGL's definitely been dropping in. Let's see. Whoa, did not mean to do that. Pretty consistent moves up. You got a terrible fill. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Right now it's only got a 3 cent spread, but I've seen it hit 10 cent spread. G-Box doing okay. AMTD's back down a little bit, 298. This could be an opportunity to buy in again if we want to. Currently, I'm just gonna sit on it. Maybe if we hit like 290, maybe if we get close to where we're gonna stop out on the runner here at 293, there could be a good opportunity there to buy in. G-Box is down a little bit here. We did hit 186. You could secure a little bit of profit from 180 to 186. That's not terrible. We are sub $2, so at 186 from 180, you're looking at 3% gains. That's about the minimum we kind of want. ARTL does break $6 here. It hits 618, so we almost broke into a new high here. G-Box 182 again. GNPX still struggling. AMTD still struggling. TGL, you know what? It's looking okay. I'm pretty confident we're not going to break into a new low. And if we did, this is like a very low risk, high reward trade, which is what I like about this. AMTD is looking bearish. I would agree with you. That's why I haven't really touched it yet. The volume is tapering off. That MACD is still sitting negative. Price action's pretty iffy. Not a lot of conviction. There's a lot of things saying that this isn't going to be great. So, I mean, we could just cut the runner here at break even or something, or a little better than break even. Nothing wrong with that. Still waiting on ARTL to hit maybe like 630. That would be good. GIGM all the way down. We did see that drop down to 250. That could be a good opportunity to buy in, actually. We're still seeing a decent amount of volume. MACD's curling nicely. GIGM, maybe 260 to 280 with a 250. 250 is not even gonna really, well, 250 would actually, yeah, we'll give it 10 cents. I mean, that's a lot for this stock. That'll be probably a 4.5% loss if we take it. But you know what? Sometimes you do have to have that added risk. And that's where a safe stop loss would be. So fingers crossed we just don't hit it. Or we get a better entry. That's the other alternative, is we could potentially get a better entry. All right, so we did touch 187 there on G-Box. It is moving up slightly. We did hit that high, the previous high here of this candle. So we're looking to maybe hit 188 next time, and then maybe potentially 190 after that. GNPX with a nasty drop if you're watching that, 235. So if you're still holding on to this one, I would definitely be looking to cut it, because you definitely don't want to run this into stop after making money off it. GNB or G-Box here looking okay. TGL, yet to see that spike. Looks like it's coming in intervals of like 10-15 minutes, so we've got to be getting close to a spike here. ARTL breaks into that 620 area again. That's kind of where we said we were looking to take profits on ARTL. We were hoping to break into a new high of it, but you know what? We can take profits and then look for a re-entry. This is looking like it's getting ready to come back down, so I want to make sure that we close out as much as we can. Yes, so if you're on Rags to Riches, the chat that you see here, like all these chats, these are on the Rags to Riches Discord. And the stream is not delayed there. Where the YouTube, it is delayed by, I don't know, 45 seconds. Like, I don't even really know what the delay is on it. Maybe 45 seconds or a minute. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it can add up if you're, you know, trying to jump in momentum plays. Sometimes you'll miss stuff. I mean, sometimes you miss stuff even without delays because stuff moves so fast. All right, so we have AMTD here, waiting for it to show us something good. It's not really showing us anything. G-Box at your profit take, nice. Yeah, we have some left in G-Box. TGL is looking okay. ARTL still sitting around that $6 mark, but it is coming down, so. And then we have GIGM still sitting around that 260 area. We did see a high of 266. Something tells me I should take some profits on this, but we are just breaking positive on that MACD, so that could be a good sign. Bad sign is the volume lowering. BBBY, it looks like it's breaking into new high here. Maybe we should just buy some BBBY. Hold it all day. Could be a good idea. I think we have to wait for a pullback on this, though. Whoa, not mean to do that. We're on the 5-minute chart? Yes, we are. Cool. Yeah. I would say a healthy pullback would be back down to $17 here. TGL all over the place. Yeah. G-Box all the way to 190. There we go. 192. That is PT on G-Box. PT G-Box. Thinking about taking some more profits here. 193, close to 195. There's 195 right there. Let's take some profits. We'll leave a runner. Taking some profits around 190, well, I guess 198 right now. And leaving a runner. Okay, so can we hit $2? Yes, we can. Can we break $2? Yes, we can. Can we hold $2? No, we can't. Maybe. It hasn't fallen yet. We got 30 seconds on this candle here. We'll see what it decides to do. Hey man, money's money. If you made money, that's definitely a good thing. GIGM, definitely slow, is kind of heading down. You could cut for break even or, you know, whatever you really want. We'll see. I'm kind of waiting to see if it bounces off this 200 EMA. Volume is definitely tapering off. MACD did get rejected. So these are all a couple bad signs that you would want to maybe exit on. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm still on for another 10 minutes here. So if we see something good, maybe we'll take a trade. AMTDs over VWAP, you are correct. We are seeing that break positive on MACD as well. Volume looks like it's at least green, if not picking up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we still have a little bit left in it. We're 314. That's a little higher than our average at 312. Definitely not going to open up another trade this high on it, but we might be thinking about closing out that runner. G-Box still holding up pretty high. This does look like it's going to be coming down, though, so we did hit just over 201 there. TGL at that 830 mark. What are my thoughts on BBBY, when to sell? So this one's a tough one. And it's a tough one because you can't go just off of technicals here. This is something that Wall Street's bet is pumping. And we've seen what they can do when they pump things, right? Like we've seen AMC and GME do some pretty nutty things. So if you've got the same amount of people in Bed Bath & Beyond as you did with those, this could easily be $40 by tomorrow or something like that. I would say it's a high risk. I'd put a trailing stop on it. That would probably be your best bet. So where you buy in, put like a, I don't know, a 4% trailing stop, maybe a 5% trailing stop on it, and see where it takes you. G-Box here looking like it wants to break that 202 mark. You got it again, down at 3. Hey, there you go. Sold your BBBY. Yeah, honestly, I thought they were going to be trolling us with BBBY here, but it looks like it's making decent gains. I mean, you would have stopped out, right? That's the other thing, though, right? Think about it. At $17, if you bought $17, when this opened up today, even if you didn't factor in pre-market trading, if it opened up today and hit 1560, you probably would have been out anyway. Oh, right, you sold yesterday at 17. You bought at 14. Got it. Got it. That makes more sense. Well, forget everything I just said. You should be annoyed. Because you definitely could have made more money. Man, you're killing it. You're making like $100, at least $100 every day here. You said you were going to hold for that. I might buy some just for the fun of it. Yeah, exactly. And most pumps do fail. It's true. Like you might get some movement out of stuff, but most of them are gonna fail. I think GME got so big because it was probably the first thing they did that actually did something, and everybody got so hyped about it, and it was on the news and everything like that. So you got to factor that in too, right? It wasn't just Wall Street bets; it was the whole court case. It was sticking it to the man. It was all that kind of stuff. Where now they're like a broken record. They're just taking the same thing and doing it on repeat. So a lot of people we're going to stop out here on TGL. It looks like nasty drop. Whoever's buying in this, I hope they've got either loose stop or I don't know, because if you're loading up that many shares, it could be trouble. G-Box here looks like it's going for it, 208, almost 210. What do we got left for shares on this? Got about 4,000 shares of it. AMTD there hit 320. I think that was actually our PT. Man, where's this trade? There it is. Yeah, 320. Holy crap, took us like, I don't even know how long, but we hit it. It took its sweet, sweet time though. Where is AMTD? It's way up here. All right, cool. GIGM back to 265, looking half decent. We did bounce off that 200 EMA as we thought it would. So this is looking good. You could take some profits here if you want to. G-Box is also looking good at 210, 211. I'm going to take a little bit more here because we averaged out at $2 or close to $2. So this is going to bring us up to an average of 207 currently. So we're doing really well now on this trade. We're up 27 cents on G-Box currently after averaging out. We have like 1,000 shares left, so not a lot. Definitely not a lot left. Hoping to hit something crazy high or to stop out, I guess, somewhere higher. AMTD hitting that 315 mark again. I mean, like, you could buy into AMTD. Looking pretty risky. BBBY looks like it's going to hit $19 here, no problem. GIGM with a nice spike up to 272. Going to take some profits there. Taking some profits on GIGM. 272. I know we're aiming for 280, but that band looks like it's closing in and it's up 280s above it, so not looking likely. We might get higher than 272, but not a lot higher. So make sure you take out a decent amount. And Zshen, that was basically my answer for Bed Bath and Beyond. It was kind of a scapegoat political way of saying I have no idea, because it's not your typical stock. It's something that's getting pumped. So it could go up to $25, could go up to $50, could go up to $400. No one really knows. Could go back down to $4 tomorrow. Just use good risk management. G-Box still hovering that to a 212 area. It looks like it's not giving up here. Not too bad. AMTD looks like it's coming down a little bit here. GNPX looking not great, but this could be a good opportunity to buy in if you're looking for a longer day trade today. Right off that VWAP line would be great. We could probably move that stop now. A pullback after hits 20? I would say so. I would say it's probably due for a good pullback, at least back to 1750 from here, maybe even lower. You might even see it back down to 17 at VWAP. G-Box here looks like it is going to be curling down. TGL definitely stopping us out. Probably stopping out this big candle here. I can almost guarantee at least half of this was this guy here. We'll see. We'll see. BBY getting close to that $20 mark. Let's see if it has a massive pullback. Is it risky to put more into it? I think trading is risky on many levels. I think this would probably be a very risky place to put more profits into or more money into BBBY. I would definitely be waiting for a pullback before I would add more. And even then, I'd still say it's pretty risky. It really depends on the tolerance and if you have trailing stop and what you got to have a plan in place when you buy something like this. You can't just like be buying it and oh, wow, just like 1 cent shy of $20 there. There we go, $20. Let's see a massive red candle now. Just scalp the dollar. Yeah. I'm just having fun watching it at this point. Hey, way to go, man. 1.76%. Nice. I haven't even had a chance to look at ES. I was so busy this morning. It's looking okay. I mean, it's pretty steady, pretty predictable, I'd say. You know, buy in around 42.85, and then you could sell probably somewhere midway between 42.94. Have a good breakfast, man. GenePX down right to that 200 EMA currently. See if it doesn't fall through, I would be looking to buy in other than I'm out of time. So I'll leave that up to you guys to decide if you want to do that. G-Box with the nasty drop here. TGL continues to drop. ARTL up to 640 here. If you're holding any ARTL left here, I would definitely consider dropping your shares. BBBY still hovering that $20, actually hit almost 20.50 there, and GIGM back down after hitting 272. So we took profits at the perfect interval there, or perfect opportunity to take profits. No, there it is. No, maybe not. Maybe not. A good pullback on this is going to be 10%, right? So if you're looking for a 10% pullback, this is coming back down to 18 bucks, or just shy, or just a little higher than 18 bucks. Anyways, let's go over the trade tracker while we still have a couple minutes here. We'll go money board. We made 15K today, so a lot better than yesterday. Like 3 times better. Honestly, I thought we made more than that today, but we're very, very close to completing our goal for the month, which was $50,000. We started with 500. We're at $46,797.20. So we're looking pretty good. Win rate today is 72%, so I think our win rate actually still dropped a little bit. Oh, we took 6 stops today. We took quite a few stops. We are currently at 87% for the day, so not bad. Still not the best day we've had. We've had a lot of smaller scalps. Had some good ones, though. I'd say we had some pretty decent ones. We had a 13%, 13%, 13%, 15%, so we had a couple decent ones. Besides that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stops there. We actually managed our risk really well here. These are all about half stops, 1.5%. So other than TGL there, 2.7%. So yeah, not doing too bad for the day. We will definitely complete the challenge. There's probably no doubt about it. But yeah, that is the pullback I was looking at. We're down to $19.50 after hitting $20.70. I would say it'd probably come back down to about $19 here before it stops. Besides that, we're basically out of time for today. We have no open trades. I would be playing ARTL, maybe G-Box if it picks back up. AMTD is giving pretty consistent profits. Maybe GNPX at this 200 EMA. And BBY if you want to play it risky. But yeah, enjoy your day, everybody. And I will see you guys again tomorrow.